Sundays, too, my father got up early and put his clothes on in the blue-black cold. Then, with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather, made banked fires blaze. No one ever thanked him. I'd wake and hear the cold splintering, breaking. When the rooms were warm, he'd call. And slowly, I would rise, dress, fearing the chronic angers of that house, speaking indifferently to him who had driven out the cold and polished my good shoes as well. What did I know? What did I know of love's austere and lonely offices?
As their days off, Sundays have special feelings for Westerners. They become particularly important in winter that's cold. Almost no afternoons where people resort to their homes to be warmed by their fireplaces. Those Sundays might be comfortable and pleasant experiences, or they might be dull and depressing. Whatever they are, they're more special than other days. We feel a sense of missed opportunity in the poem. The person who recounts the poem clearly regrets his failure to appreciate his father for getting up in the cold and lighting a fire so that the child could get out of his cold bed into the warm house. Robert Hayden was black, and here the irony of blue-black cold is justified, and the special nature of the father-son relationship becomes clear. Sons are expected to be like their fathers in certain ways. At their early age, children often have difficulty showing their emotions to their parents. But now, the child speaking the poem is already a man. Child has spoken differently to his father, not because he didn't love him, but because he feared his anger. Although the father and son had trouble communicating with each other in words, yet the father translated his love into deeds. The child, on the other hand, failed to understand his father's sacrifice, and he hasn't found a way to speak easily to his father. But later, when this child looks back in time, he realizes how much his father loved him, and how no one even thanked him. We clearly feel the question at the end of the poem requires no answer. The whole poem is the answer because it shows us how this child knew very little about his father's love and sacrifice. It also shows us how lonely the father was and how thankless that child was. The tone of the poem is regretful, wistful, and a little sad. Besides its basic message, the poem has interesting words. It asks us to pay attention to the assonance of close and cold in the second line, in which the O sounds make a pleasing effect. It also invites us to notice the echoing sounds of cracking and ache in the third line. We have to pay attention to the repetition of what did I know, near the end of the poem. We have also to notice its final vowel rhyme linked together in our mind, partly because we have already heard many vowel rhymes in the poem.